Hi, Miss Rat. Do you want to go to the thrift store? No? Too tired? Alright. Oh. So I don't usually wear makeup, and I have a ton of it, so I'm trying to use their stuff, and I've had this for a long time, and I don't care if it's expired, whatever, but I'm using Lash Domination by Bare Minerals. Usually I prefer waterproof because I have very oily skin and it transfers a lot, but we'll do what we can. I also have this Juicy Couture perfume. I found it in the dumpster, so it was free. And I also need to use this up, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then for jewelry, I'm just gonna put in these little hoop earrings. I think they're just from Walmart because if I were to wear expensive jewelry, I would lose it and I would be pretty pissed off. So this is what we're rocking with. I'm just trying to use more stuff that I have because I feel like I don't utilize enough and it just sits around and then I feel guilty for not using things. Alright, just got in the car, gonna go to the bank because I need to pick up some cash because the thrift store I'm going to only takes cash. And I'm looking for some crafting supplies because I really need to stop spending all of my free time on my phone because it's fucking with my mental health horribly. So I need to find better things to occupy my time with and hopefully something productive. Want to get into crocheting or knitting or something like that. I already do know how to crochet a chain, so hopefully I can find some supplies at the thrift because knitting seems a lot more complicated, or at least I don't have any foundation for it yet, so we'll see what we can do. So unfortunately at the thrift store that I first went to, it's really small, so I didn't want to take any video of there first off. And then second off, they didn't have any yarn that was a decent weight in my opinion. I really don't want to work with super fine yarn, especially starting out, but they did have some supplies. So I got a seam ripper just for 75 cents. And then I got 4 crochet hooks. The first one is a 6.5 millimeter, and that was $1.25. And then I got a 5.25 millimeter, and that was $1. I got a 4.25, and that was $1. And a 5 millimeter, which was $1.5. So that's all I got there. And then I went to another thrift store, but they didn't have any crafting supplies that I could find. They're mostly a clothing thrift store. And I really didn't want to buy new things for this because I want to be a sustainable person as much as possible. However, I couldn't find any yarn anywhere nearby. There's another thrift store about a half-hour away that I'd like to go to, but it wasn't open today. So I might go there tomorrow, and I know that they're supposed to have some crafting supplies, but I kind of want to get started today. So I just went to Walmart and just got one skein of yarn just to get started with. I already know how to crochet a chain, at least I did when I was a kid. So I would like to try to make granny squares just to occupy myself with. So this is the yarn that I thought I'd like the colors of the best, just because I wanted something variegated, I guess the word is for it. But they didn't have a lot of choices because my store's pretty small, but just something to get started with. So I've watched like 3 different freaking videos on how to do this shit, and this is what I have so far, which I don't even know if it's right. It just looks like a fucking mess to me. I feel like my hands are shaking, but I'm gonna undo it because I don't know what's going on. So I got a chain. So I know how to make a slip stitch. Or slip knot. So I did that. And then put that in there. I don't know how to keep the right tension. So I think it's supposed to stay tight on there. But I don't know how to hold it to keep it. So it's just like popping off all the time. And I feel like my hands don't work right. So I saw people holding it that there, and then they pinch here. I can't. So I have it in my hand, over my finger, and then they just pull here. I don't know how to keep a good tension on the yarn to go, because it just like loosens up too much. So I'm here and through, but then I'm like losing track of my to just chain it together. But now it's like, is it too tight? I don't know how tight to make it. I swear I used to be better at this as a kid, and now it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But I can do this, but whenever I try to make more than that, I feel like I lose my spot, or my stitches are too tight or too loose, and then they get all screwed up, because I feel like this is really disappointing. But I need to not give up on stuff so quickly, because I really want to learn how to do this, because I feel like it's a valuable skill to have. And I have a hard time with sticking with things I'm not naturally good at. This is embarrassing how frustrated I get, but it probably doesn't help that I haven't eaten yet today. So I'm gonna make myself a sandwich, because I'm like shaky, and it's not helping me with my dexterity either. And it's almost 3:30. So it's the next day, and I'm feeling a lot better, because yesterday we went to the gym after Keegan got home, and that helped me relieve a little bit of my stress, and I felt better after eating. So who would have thought? And then last night I just, instead of trying to do a granny square, I think that was too complex for me. I started just I just did as many stitches as I wanted to one way, and now I'm just working this way, or up, you know. And it's not perfect, but it's good practice, and I've watched a lot of videos about how to keep better tension and how to hold the yarn better. And I'm just happy with how it's coming out so far. I know it's never going to be perfect on the first project, but it's just good practice, and it makes me feel good, so yay! Thanks for watching this video, and I'm sorry I'm not very good at talking on camera, but I'm sure that'll come with practice. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm mostly just making videos to keep myself accountable, to do new things, or get my daily chores done, or whatever. So hopefully I'll keep up with this as well. I'll also try to put updates on my crocheting projects, however long they may take or whatever, but Anyway, thanks again.